Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, for another edition of Binary Life, a channel that teaches new developers how to code by solving algorithms in a very beginner-friendly manner, so that you can see the walkthrough process. Today, we will solve the currying functions, multiply all elements in an array. Let's try to read the exercise and try to understand. To complete this kata, you need to make a function. Now I just made out this function, but initially this thing was let me just reset. It was empty. Yes, to reset. So it says we need to make a function called reply all that other one. So I'll just start automatically by writing multiply all function by declaring it. Right. It says which takes an array of integers. So we're going to make it to take an array. This function must return another function which takes a single integer as an argument and returns a new array. Let's go step by step. They say this function must return another function. So I'm going to create a variable, another function. I'm going to put a function inside, and at the end this parent function will return the other function. That's it. So they say this must return another function which takes in a single integer as an argument. So this function takes a single integer as an argument. I just call it single integer, and returns a new array. So it returns a new array. Let's just put it that way. For now, let's just return an empty array. Yeah. The return array should consist of each of the elements from the first array. The first array is this one. Let's just call it the first array. So the return array, as this one that is returned here, should consist of each of the elements from the first array multiplied by the integer. Meaning we're going to take every element that is inside the first array and multiply by the integer and return a new array. For example, we have this one receives 1 and 1, 2, 3. That's the first array, and this is the single integer here. So if we multiply every element here, we get the double 2, 4, 6. All right. You must not mutate the original array, which means it's going to return something new. So I'm going to declare a new array here like this, and while doing that mutation, I'm going to return the new array. We need to put the information in the new array so that we don't mutate the original one. Here's a nice YouTube video about currying, which might help you if this is new to you. So we can follow the link. I'm going to put a link to this YouTube video in the description below about currying. But basically, if I try to break down to you, you will see that currying is just a function like this, the first one, that don't take all its arguments in its first declaration. You can see from this function that it needs two arguments. We need the first array and we need the single integer, but the parent function declares just one argument. The other arguments are inside imbricated functions. That's basically it. So in the declaration of the function, we have just a part of the arguments, and the other ones are declared inside. That's it. So if we come back to this function, it says the one inside over here returns another function which takes a single integer as an argument and returns a new array. The return array should consist of each of the elements multiplied by the integer. So we're going to look through this one. I'm going to do that with the for loop. For our looping variable is I of every element in the, we're going to loop through this and we are going to take every element and multiply by the single integer and put into our new array. So inside our new array, we're going to push something. We're going to push this I, the looping element, multiplied by our single integer. That's it. Basically that's it. And this is how this is called. A carry is called because this is multiply that takes in just one array, and at the end it returns another function. That's why there's another curly brace here, another bracket here. Returns another function call needing a single integer. That's why we call it this way. So I'm going to run the test. That's it, and let's attempt to execute. I think this works properly well. We can just reduce the number of lines to make it short. Instead of returning here, I could just return the whole function. I could even do that using arrow functions like this, return, something like that. That's it, and let's attempt again. That still works. Let's submit. Let's see if there's other solutions. This is just making it into one liner. Well, this can be done by map, but this wasn't the request of the initial array, but this is the actual solution. It's like this is a mapping function, actually, like going through an initial array and mapping it with an integer. But I think that wasn't what the exercise was asked. This is somebody that did it, so it's going to map this with this. I think we actually did it in a very simple manner, simpler than all of this, but basically that's a mapping function. Right, I'm going to stop here, and thanks for viewing, and see you for other YouTube videos where we're going to solve other challenges.